Good day, everybody. This is John Scarborough. I wanted to do a little video today. We got a couple of big logs here. We got on the trailer. We'll kind of come out here. This one's probably going to be real close to 30 inches right in here. And then that one over there is about, I think at the small end, it's about 26. Something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but at the big end, it's getting closer to 30. So they're going to be definitely testing out my new sawmill. Kind of starting to get, definitely got it set up, got it going. We're going to have a video out on that. Kind of got everything a mess right now. We've been doing a little bit of everything, running around, doing a lot of stuff. But anyway, so picked, just wanted to show y'all just a little bit. This is the original tape measure. I've had this with me for a long time. I did another video talking about my favorite tape measures, and this was one of them. I had a couple different tape measures I really liked, and they serve different purposes for different reasons, you know. And so I've had this one with me for quite some time, but there was another tape measure I've always really wanted. I'm going to show it to y'all. There it is right there. And that right there is a Spencer tape measure. It's a Loggers tape measure. Anyway, I've been wanting one of these for a long time, and I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm not endorsing any companies. This is the first time I haven't even got a chance to use this thing. I pulled it out of the box a couple days ago and haven't had a chance to use it. I mean, I went and measured a few logs with it, but I haven't had a chance to do just a whole lot with it, so I'm sure not going to give any reviews on it. And I've seen an awful lot of other brands, so I'm not suggesting anything. I'm not suggesting this brand. Y'all do your own research and decide for yourselves what's a good tape measure, what's worth getting, and what's a good buy. I will tell you that right now, this right here was not a cheap tape measure. They have the 50-foot tape measure, and it's the most popular, but I went with the 100-foot tape measure. And the reason is because this was a little bit bigger than the 50-foot, but I've already got this 50-footer, and for the most part, for me, I am either using a 25-foot, like if I'm in the shop, if y'all go back and watch that other video, if I'm in the shop, I actually just keep my 12-foot tape measure on me, because I don't ever need anything any bigger than that, and my 25, all of my tape measures are close to me if I'm in the shop. But if I'm out on a job working somewhere a little ways away from me, then I'll keep my 25-foot tape measure on me. I really like that one. It's not too heavy, but it's not too short either, you know. But a lot of times I'll throw this in my back pocket. It's really thin, and it's got 50 foot on it, and so it's just handy for those times when you just need a little bit more. So this has always been my good friend. I bought this for just a couple of dollars. I've picked up a couple more of them, and I've kind of scattered them around in a couple other boxes, but somehow or another this is always the one that I go to. And it's light, it's quality, it's not going to mess up very easy. So I just like this one. I'm sure there are other brands, like I said, that are really good. And I'm not going to stop liking it, even though I've got this one right here. This one, guys, it was not cheap at all. I'm not even going to lie. You can go look it up online. They've got all sorts of different, they've kind of got different prices depending on what website you go to. I'll let y'all decide where to find it. But like I said, they've got a couple other different brands I was looking at, and I can't testify for any of them. The other brands may be better than this one. I don't know. I got this one because all the guys that I have known, they've had these. They've had this one right here. But that doesn't mean anything. I started researching on YouTube and stuff, and there was an awful lot of folks that was using some other brands that was real similar, but they were cheaper. You know, it was a lower cost. So I don't know. You do your own research and decide for yourself. But back to this tape measure. I have always wanted one of these tape measures for a long time, ever since I figured out about one. I have just absolutely been wanting one. Couldn't make myself go do it, and now I wish I would have done it a long time ago, because I had a cheaper tape measure. It was a plastic tape measure. It was 100 foot, you know, so I had this one, and then I had my plastic 100 foot, and I'd done several jobs on it, and then I realized that plastic tape measure was stretching on me, because if I didn't need that 100 foot, I was using this, you know. but it always seemed like I had little issues, and then I'd go back and I was like, no, that does not seem quite right. And I finally realized that 100-foot tape measure was stretching on me, and so I did a little bit of research. So long story short, to go buy a metal tape measure of the same quality was going to cost me, it was going to cost me more. I don't remember what it was going to cost. It seemed like it was going to cost $50 or something to buy a decent one. So then after that, I still had to crank it up and everything. This guys, I can't hardly show it to you on here. I wish I could, if I had somebody else filming it, I could show you, and maybe I'll do another video of it or something. But anyway, this right here is spring loaded, and there's a couple other guys on there that's got videos on these, and that works excellent. It's just it's an all-American company. I believe it still is all-American, and that, you know, that's nice for me. I mean, I like that. Not everybody cares so much about that, but I like it, you know. But the main thing I like about it is they've been in business for long enough. They know exactly what they're doing. They're creating a tape measure that's really good. And they didn't always have this 100-foot. They came out with it not too long ago, I think. Maybe a couple years ago, I'm not sure. But what I really liked, and you got to watch this if you don't, if you're not careful and you order it, make sure you look and see, because some of them are in tenths of an inch, and some of them, and then you can special order these. At least that's the way I had to do it. So the first one I got was actually in the wrong dimensions, but that was my fault. I didn't look at it, but you know, the company was gracious about it, and they made the swap for me and got me the one that I really wanted. So this is the one I got. I got the one that's got all of the good layout dimensions on it and everything. It's got everything that I want it to. It's kind of cool. It's got this little horseshoe nail on it. I'm gonna try to just stab that in there without dropping it. And you kind of just stab that in the log. I'm gonna just stretch that out there. And I kind of like it because it's got the same thing on both sides, so it's kind of handy. You can kind of do whatever you want. The only other thing they could have done, but this is not real necessary on a longer tape measure, the only other thing I could think of they could have done is to have these lines on both sides like they do in a wider tape measure. But honestly, you would have started to run out of room. So really, it's perfect the way it is, in my opinion. And then this is something I really like, this feature. And like I said, on the tenths of an inch tape measure, they don't come like this. They're a little bit of an oddball deal if you've never seen one. Kind of a funny story. Me and my brother, we had gone to get some of these before. We had found them in a pawn shop real cheap. And he bought one, I bought one. We was real excited about it. And he picked them up first. And so because he went and picked them up first and he saw them first, he was like, well, I get the best looking one. And I was like, all right, that makes sense. So he gets the nice looking one and everything. We get out on a job and we're using his and everything. And then we started realizing all of our measurements were off. And so we checked it, and sure enough, it was off. So then we went and checked mine, and mine was good and his wasn't. His was in tenths of an inch and mine was in regular fractions like I'm used to working with, and like all the guys that I was used to working with was, you know. So I thought that was pretty funny because he got the nicest looking one and he ended up not getting the one he wanted. So that's been really nice. But anyway, this ended up being the same deal for me. It was in tenths of an inch, and but it's just a little bit different. It's a bigger, I don't even fully understand it. Apparently some of the loggers, they do it. Maybe all of them do. Anybody that knows, y'all go ahead and comment on that. I don't know a lot about it. I have heard that some of the road crews and stuff, they use those dimensions. I don't fully know why or anything like that. I'm not even going to go into a whole lot of it. It's just a little bit different measurement. It's not metric. It's just a different, I don't think it is. It's not a metric that I'm accustomed to. But anyway, this is the one I wanted. So it's got all your different stud lengths. It's got stuff for trusses, all your stuff for trusses, and then that's a stud. That's where you can put your 16-inch center stud right there. And not only does it have your 16-inch center, but it's also got both sides of your 16-inch center. And I just thought, man, that is just so cool. I really, really like that. You know, and it's spring-loaded. So there's just, and it goes all the way down like that. So the one reason what made me go ahead and knuckle down and buy this thing was, first off, like I said, I needed to buy another one because my other one just wasn't working like I wanted it to. But I really liked the fact that it was spring-loaded. You know, I thought that was just awesome, especially when you're working by yourself. And then I liked this right here. this little, I guess it's a carabiner clip or whatever, but you can clip it to your side and then you can do that. And it's just like, man, that just really makes that convenient. Because there's a couple times, like over here when I was working on that lean-to over there, I was, you know, I'm up on a ladder and everything. I didn't want to have to carry everything. So that would have really made that job convenient and very, very handy. But anyway, what made me go ahead and knuckle down and do it was two things. And one was the fact that I got the sawmill, and so I could make an excuse to myself as to why I could go buy it. Because, you know, you're doing logs now, so now you need a logger's tape measure. But no, the reality is it's just an excellent, I think it's going to be an excellent layout tape measure. There's a lot of guys that were saying the same thing. I don't, you know, I'll probably still do the same quality of work. I just hope I can do it a little bit quicker with that. But anyway, really excited about this, guys. It's a Spencer tape, logger's tape, and I'm really, really happy with it. I'm probably going to do a couple other views or a couple other videos, or at least one other video, and tell y'all so far my thoughts once I can actually get out and get going on it. We're going to be sawing up some logs here pretty soon. Hopefully, we've just been busy on a lot of different stuff. We've had a lot of different changes or a lot of different things we've been doing. So, but hopefully I can get to doing some sawing pretty soon and everything, and we'll kind of go from there. But I'll come back to this and kind of show y'all what I think for sure. So far, I don't think that this is going to stop me from carrying that tape measure. I think there's going to be a lot of times where I'm still going to be throwing that in my back pocket, because this is kind of heavy. Now, I will say they did an excellent job of keeping the weight down, considering that this is a 100-foot spring-loaded tape measure. But, you know, it's just, this is not bulky. This is slightly lighter. It's not a lot lighter, honestly. I'm kind of surprised at how they did it. It's not that much lighter. It's a little lighter for sure, but it's not that much lighter. But it's just not bulky. So I don't see myself replacing this tape measure with this one. But after some time, I mean, I don't do as much fab work and construction as I used to, so it may be a while before I can really tell y'all. I definitely don't see myself using this for logs anymore. That's for sure. But I probably will still use that in fabrication and things like that. But I don't know. You never know. This guy right here may change everything for me. I may end up retiring this old girl. Maybe I'll give it to my brother. Let him finally get one. But anyway, guys, I've been really happy with both of these tape measures. But I'm very excited about this one. So anyway, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.